Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, rather. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here to bring you today's um, Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam explained by Paramahansa Yogananda. And this, this day brings us to quatrain 12 of the Rubaiyat. I'm going to begin by playing the quatrain with Swami Kriyananda singing it, and then I'll talk about it just a little bit.
Stanza 12. How sweet is mortal sovereignty, think some. Others, how blessed the paradise to come. Ah, take the cash in hand and wave the rest. Oh, the brave music of a distant drum. Paraphrase. How sweet seems worldly power, think some. Others, despairing of achieving present prominence, look for happiness to a misty future, perhaps in paradise. How few realize that circumstances will never give them what they crave, whether on earth or in the astral heavens. For happiness exists not where they imagine, outside themselves. Depend not on outer fulfillments, they are evanescent. The bounty that nature bestows with her right hand, she snatches away with her left. Worldly treasures can never be yours, for they are not you. Soul treasures, on the other hand, were fashioned at the dawn of eternity in the depths of your own being. Lasting power and happiness exist already in the inner self. O seeker, cast earthly desires from your breast. Their fulfillments are yours on loan merely. Claim what is yours eternally by right. Ah, what joy awaits you in the drumbeat of infinity, distant seeming, yet never farther away than your own inner power to hear.
Well, this one is a really good reminder to all of us. The purpose of this quatrain is to talk about the fact that happiness does not reside outside of us, but only within. And I think probably most of the people watching this know that, have experienced that, try to live their lives by that. But of course, we're in these bodies because we still have things to work out. So it's never all or nothing. And it's a very important reminder. But I wanted to take it in a little bit different direction, if you'll give me a little leeway, which is that it's my experience that people look at the spiritual life in a similar manner. That is to say, they learn about meditation, they experience the benefits of it. They understand that from the inside, that all happiness resides within, and that meditation helps us to calm that reactive process and to be still and know. And yet, many people will walk away from learning to meditate and say to themselves or to their friends, I know many have said it to me, I have too many responsibilities right now. I have to raise my children. I have to earn enough money to put away a retirement. I have to send my children off to college. I have to finish this very important project. And the list goes on and on. And then they say, when I'm done with these things, then I will meditate. And the spiritual life is not that conveniently constructed, because as Yogananda teaches us, it's always both and. It's always making time in this moment, even if it's just a little bit of time, every day, ideally twice a day, to make that divine connection, to be in that stillness, to drink from the well of the inner life. And yes, then to get up from that and go about our duties, but to try to bring the stillness of meditation and God remembrance into those duties. And if we do that, then we find, and well, to finish that thought, then we find in time that that consciousness, that awareness, that presence continues in the thread of our activity. And then when we sit back down to meditate, we go deeper, faster, in a more profound way than if we hadn't done that. And I know this to be true even not at the end of, our working lives, when we go into retirement. At Ananda, I don't think we're ever really going into retirement, but at least at the stage of Ananda at this point, it's too young and we don't have retirement. But setting that aside for a minute, my point is that even year to year, I know many of us take seclusion and we're incredibly active in our service. And then we find that if we kept up with our daily meditation, when we get into that seclusion, we can go so deep so quickly. And much deeper than we ever dreamt of, much deeper than we could ever imagine. Because there's a cumulative effect. When we live in the moment now and in that remembrance, we tend to, the ego, I should say, tends to hide behind our responsibilities. Oh, I have too many responsibilities right now. I can't do this. I'll do it when I'm done. Well, if we keep procrastinating, then when we're done, we're exhausted, we go to sleep and we don't remember to do it. We don't have the strength. We don't have the interest. We're gone. Okay, how many of us have experienced that? And so what it's talking about in this reading is that the wisdom that comes from our meditative practice, from daily watering our inner life, even if just briefly, but daily watering our inner life, the wisdom that comes is not a wisdom of the mind. It's a wisdom of soul remembrance. And so the wisdom that comes is the wisdom that sees all these material things around us, sees all these responsibilities around us, and recognizes them for what they are, knowing that the real life source is inside of us. The real source of happiness is within us. If we live in that inner happiness, we see everything through the filter of happiness. If we live in that inner wisdom, we see everything in life through that wisdom for what it is. It can be beautiful, but we don't have to grasp it. We don't have to, feel attached to it. We can simply appreciate the beauty and have that feed that inner happiness. But the happiness source is within us. The divine center lives within us. That spark of eternity resides within us. And that's the takeaway from today's Quadrain 12 from Paramahansa Yogananda's explanation of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, edited by Swami Kriyananda. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.